since y'all have been learning
I'm not gonna go to
about
college.
Greek mythology and all that, now we're moving on to the wars that happened. And they had some major wars. We're going to talk about the first war,
Good.
and it's the First Persian War. And this is the area we're looking at. You're going to be at the Athenian General Malatide. So your name is General Malatide, and you're going to be leading the Greek army, okay?
Perfect.
That's your job in this whole scenario.
Yes, ma'am.
The Persians have destroyed Eretria. That's the first city they destroyed, Eretria. Their massive fleet is heading your way. So as a general, the Persian army is headed your way after they just flattened the city. So it's kind of scary.
No, you don't click on that. Oh,
Should you plan on using your ships, around 50 of them, or gather your fighting age men of 9,000? We're gonna have to pick one. Are you gonna use your ships or fight on land?
Fight on land.
Raise your hand, I'm gonna choose.
I think you need to fight on land.
Fight on land. All right, let's fight on land.
Wait, what?
All right, now that you have committed your forces to land, should you ask Sparta for help or move north and ask Thebes?
I'll say ask Thebes.
Thebes, we're gonna ask Thebes. Oh, the Thebians have good relations with the Persian Empire. They are not about to risk their city for you. So they said no. They said, we're not helping you, the Persians are too strong. So gotta try again. All right, so the only other option is Sparta, right? Let's ask Sparta. Your runner, Phidippides, remember that name, Phidippides, make the 75-mile journey and ask Sparta for help. The Spartans agree, but they're in the middle of a festival, and they say they cannot do anything until their festival to Artemis is complete. Should he call the Spartans a coward for not coming now, or should he thank them and head back to Athens and deliver the bad news?
Head back to Athens.
Head back to Athens. Phidippides informs you Sparta is not coming. You're the general. He says he's not coming. Without Spartan help, the Athenian army begins their march north to meet the Persians at their landing spot 26 miles to the north. It's a small town called Marathon. So they marched from Athens to Marathon, and it was 26 miles. Keep them in your mind, Marathon, that name, and 26 miles. You are joined by another 1,000 hoplites from Plataea. Bringing your army to 10,000, you control the hills over the beach. Below there are 60,000 Persians. Should we prepare for a defense of the high ground or attack the Persians on the Greek? Are we going to attack or are we going to defend? Let's see where I'm going. I'm going here.
I think defend, because if we defend, then we can take more out.
All right, let's defend. That means we're going north to defend. Your men make fortifications. Since you don't use horses or arrows, the defenses are quickly overrun by Persian cavalry. Army is destroyed and Persia conquered Athens. They have horses and arrows. We don't. So staying behind and building a fortress isn't going to do, because they can just shoot them arrows right over. All right, here we go. Next, try again. We're going to attack. You order your men down the hill. The Persians line up in a long line. You must decide, are you going to stretch your line out to meet theirs? Because they have a lot more people than we do. And if we stretch them out to meet their whole line, we're going to have to leave some blank spaces. Are we going to put them in the middle and to move forward? Let's see.
Mass together.
Mass together. Okay, we're gonna see what that does for us. We mass together.
You gotta swipe.
Okay. With the phalanx massed together, the Persian arrows weakened your forces. By the time you met the Persian line, it's all over. Their immortals surround you and the army is destroyed. All right, try again. We are going to spread out. The Battle of Marathon. Your men meet the Persian line with their bronze shields and spears. Their lack of armor will lead to their destruction. The Persians didn't have the armor that the Greeks did. So this is the armor. They made it out of copper ore and tin ore mixed together, and that makes bronze. And bronze was, at the time, one of the hardest things that they could make. And so it protected them. They had these huge shields that they could, stand behind. And they had even plates on their legs and their head and their chest. But the other army didn't have any of that. So they were just open to being slaughtered by spears and by swords. So, their survivors scramble back to their ships. You have won. Okay. After the victory, you notice the Persian fleet setting off. Should you send a soldier to run to Athens to warn the population of an invasion by sea, or should you march the army back to Athens together? So are we going to send somebody by land, or are we going to go by sea? Back.
You should send somebody by land.
By send Philippides to warn Athens, or march together?
Send Philippides to Athens.
Philippides arrives in 3 hours and warns the Athenians to ready their fleet. Do y'all remember how many miles it was from Marathon? 26 miles he ran and warned the Athenians to ready the navy for battle. The Spartan army began to arrive in the city around the same time as seeing the Athenians' navy ready to fight. So that they got themselves ready to fight and be able to face them as soon as they got there, because that man ran. And but as soon as he got there, Philippides died of a heart attack after delivering his message, because he had exerted himself so much. Like, he just ran until he died. Athens has one of the first phase of the Persian army war has won. How should you honor his bravery? Are we going to build a statue or run a race?
Build a statue.
We're going to build a statue. The statue is indeed impressive, but it's destroyed in a battle 10 years later, and no one will remember Philippides. So let's run a race in his honor, and we'll call it the marathon. Have you ever heard of a marathon race? That is where it started. Marathon in Greece. And they run 26 miles even today. When you go to a marathon and you sign up for one, you're running 26 miles. Yes?
Has anyone else ever died of a heart attack?
I'm sure there has. I'm sure. But this man in 2009 was the fastest runner. He's from Kenya, Jehoshaphat. 2 hours and 13 minutes.
Dang.
Yeah, that was fast.
Is it David Bowie?
No.
The first phase of the Persian War is over, but the Persians will return next time. You won't be so lucky. So you have to have all the Greek cities must unite together. They can't do it on their own. How you learn about ancient Greece is they're very much like let them do what they want to do, I'll do what I want to do kind of people. But they need to unite all their little Greek towns together so they can fight as one, because Persia is doing that. They're fighting as one, and they need to come together to win the next battle.